It is Monday. It's the 20th of May. I'm Monita Rajpal. This is CNN News Center live from Hong Kong. Our top stories today. Leaders of two of the world's biggest emerging economies met today. Chinese Premier Li Keqiang is on his first foreign trip since taking office. He's in New Delhi holding talks with Indian Prime Minister Manmohan Singh. But not everyone in India has welcomed Mr. Li. Protesters staged a demonstration on Sunday against what they say was China's incursion into Indian territory at a disputed Himalayan border last month. Well, those border issues played a prominent role in talks as well as economic ties between the two nations. Samima Udas joins us now from New Delhi with more on that. Samima, with Li making India his first stop on his first foreign tour as premier, it certainly sends a strong message as the importance of their relationship.
That's right, Monita. Officials from both sides are calling this visit a new chapter in Sino-Indian relations, and the fact that the news
says it has urged North Korea to release a fishing boat and crew it seized earlier this month. The boat's owner says gun-toting North Koreans took the vessel on May 5th in what he says were Chinese waters. He says he received a ransom demand for $100,000. Meanwhile, Seoul says North Korea fired another projectile into the sea off its east coast on Monday, the 5th in 3 days. At least one person has been killed in a hot air balloon crash in Turkey. At least 18 more people were injured as the two balloons collided. It happened in the Urgup district, where ballooning is a big tourist attraction. Pakistanis headed to the polls for a second time in 8 days on Sunday. Election officials held a re-vote in Karachi amid allegations of vote rigging in the election on May 11th. Ballots were cast just hours after the execution-style killing of Zahra Shahid's Hussein. The well-known political leader had accused rivals of rigging the vote. 14 people have been killed and 89 wounded in 7 separate bombings in the Iraqi capital, Baghdad. Health officials say the attacks happened in mostly Shiite neighborhoods. There are also reports of bombings in Basra and Tikrit, while police in Haditha say 8 officers were killed when gunmen attacked a security checkpoint there. Syrian rebels say fighters from the Lebanese group Hezbollah are entering the civil war in Syria on the side of the Assad regime. It comes as the fight for control of a key Syrian city grows more intense by the day. An opposition group says at least 23 Hezbollah fighters have been killed in the battle for Qusayr, which is near Syria's border with Lebanon. Well, CNN's Nick Robertson joins us now from Hatay, a province of Turkey just over the border from Syria. Give us an idea what exactly happened here. Nick? Thank you very much for that. Nick Robertson there reporting to us live. You are watching CNN News Center live from Hong Kong. Still ahead, open for business as Myanmar's president prepares to make an historic visit to the White House. You are watching CNN News Center live from Hong Kong. I'm Monita Rajpal. The president of Myanmar, Thein Sein, is making an historic visit to Washington. He's scheduled to meet President Barack Obama at the White House later this Monday. They are expected to discuss the tensions between Muslims and Buddhists that has spread across the country. Last November, Barack Obama became the first U.S. president to make an official visit to Myanmar. Well, despite the tensions between ethnic and religious groups, more and more companies from the U.S. and other Western nations are doing business in Myanmar. CNN senior international correspondent Dan Rivers is in the country's commercial center, Yangon. He joins us now live with more on that. Hi, Dan.
Hey, Monita. Yeah, there aren't many...
Dan, thank you for that. Dan Rivers there in Yangon. There's a push in the Australian state of New South Wales to allow preschools to ban children who have not been vaccinated. The New South Wales opposition drafted the legislation in response to research that shows 8% of children in the state have not had their shots. The state's opposition leader, John Robertson, says parts of New South Wales have lower immunization rates than Rwanda. The curtain came down on some of Europe's top football leagues at the weekend, but it wasn't so much the teams that made the headlines, it was the coaches. Pedro Pinto joins us now from CNN London with all those details. Hi, Pedro.
Hey, Monita, good to see you. It does seem like a quick look at sports for this hour. Monita, back to you in Hong Kong.
All right, Pedro, thank you very much for that. You are watching CNN News Center live from Hong Kong. You are watching CNN News Center live from Hong Kong. Tornado season is in full swing in the United States. A series of storms has ripped through the U.S. Midwest and Central Plains. As many as 26 twisters were spotted in Oklahoma, Kansas, Iowa, Illinois, and Missouri. Nick Valencia joins us now live from Shawnee in Oklahoma with more on that. How's it looking there today, Nick?
Well, Monita, the sun is just starting to come up now here, and hopefully we'll be able to get a better sense of just...
Yeah, it's always a shock. Nick, thank you very much for that. Nick Valencia reporting to us there from Shawnee in Oklahoma. Well, let's get more now on what's behind the recent tornadoes. Let's bring in meteorologist Mara Ramos at the World Weather Center. And Mara, we heard there from Nick talking about how this usually happens in May. We're talking also about Tornado Alley. So as prepared as people are, there's still pretty storm, extreme weather conditions there.
Well, it is. You know, there's a couple of things that I like to tell people of how to prepare for this kind of weather. I'm going to show you, continue to monitor this, of course, very closely. Back to you.
All right, Mari, some great advice there. We appreciate that. Thank you very much. You are watching CNN News Center. I'm Monita Rajpal live at CNN Hong Kong. Thank you for joining us. Stick with us, though. We will update our top stories in just a couple of minutes.